New Year. In Japan, there is a custom of visiting otera or jinja for Hatsumode when the new year begins. Today, we will explain about jinja and otera. When you think of popular spots for travelers, places like Miyuji-jingu, Ise-jingu, Kiyomizu-dera, and Sensuju probably come to mind. You might assume that jinja and otera are the same, but in fact, they have entirely different roots. In this video, we'll dive into the key differences between jinja and otera to help you better understand and enjoy your trip to Japan. What is jinja? Let's start with jinja. Did you know there are approximately 85,000 jinja across Japan? Some jinja also have other names, such as taisha or jingyu, but they all share the same origins. Japan's history dates back to 660 BCE, when Jimmu Tenno, the first emperor of Japan, is said to have founded the nation. From Jimmu Tenno to the present Tenno Heika, this unbroken lineage has lasted for over 2,700 years, making Japan the world's oldest hereditary monarchy. In ancient Japan, the Tenno was considered a divine being. Jinja were established as sacred spaces dedicated to deities connected to the Tenno. Each jinja is believed to have its own unique deity, which is why the prayers offered vary from one shrine to another. For example, in October, Japan observes a month called Kanazuki, which means the month without gods. Why? Because it's said that all the deities from jinja across Japan gather at Izumo Taisha in Tottori Prefecture during this time. Interestingly, all these deities ultimately trace their roots back to Japan's first Tenno, whose legacy continues to the present-day Tenno Heika. So when we talk about shrines in Japan, we're not just talking about any place of worship, we're talking about locations deeply tied to the country's origins. 2. Must visit jinja. Here are some jinja you definitely should visit. Candide Myujin, known as the shrine for business success, people from all over Japan visit to pray for professional achievements. Yoshimitenjin, located near Candide Myujin, this shrine is dedicated to the deity of learning. Students preparing for exams often come here to pray. Himmeriki-torai Jinja. This shrine is known for the deity of victory. Athletes often visit to pray for success in sports. Fukyutokyu Jinja, near Ginza, this shrine is famous for its lottery deity. If you're hoping to win the lottery, this is the place to go. Fushimi Naritaisha, famous for its endless rows of torii gates. This shrine is dedicated to the deity of prosperity and business success. Yasukamperagyu, Ayoni, shrine where people pray to cut ties with unwanted relationships. Seimi Jinja, dedicated to Abanazimi, a legendary Onmyouji. Izumo Taisha, famous for being the shrine of matchmaking. Many visit here to pray for finding love or a marriage partner. Ise-jingu, the most sacred shrine in Japan, considered the heart of Japanese spirituality. 3. What is otera? Now, let's explore otera. Japan has about 75,000 temples, often named with suffixes like tira, dera, or j. For example, Kiyomizu-dera and Sensuji. Unlike jinja, otera are places of worship for Buddhism. The central figure of worship in temples is Buddha. Buddhism was introduced to Japan around the year 550 CE, over 1,000 years after the origins of the Tenno system. This distinction highlights one major difference: why jinja are tied to Japan's native spiritual traditions. Otera reflect the influence of a foreign religion, Buddhism. Temples were also places for spiritual training. Rituals like Zazen and Gamadeki originated as ways to strengthen both mind and body. 4. Must visit otera. Here are some iconic otera you should visit. Kiyomizu-dera, one of the most famous tourist destinations in Kyoto. King Kakyuju. Known as the Golden Pavilion, this temple was originally built as a nobleman's villa, Todaiji, famous for its massive wooden structure and giant Buddha statue. Onmyouji, the world's oldest wooden structure, built in 607 by Shotoku Teishi, Hangul-biju, located in Koyasan, one of Japan's most sacred mountains. Sensuji, Tokyo's oldest temple, offering a glimpse into Edo period culture. Conclusion. How was it? Now you know that jinja and otera have entirely different roots and spiritual meanings. Japan has over 160,000 jinja and otera combined, each with its own unique charm. Whether you visit a famous site or stumble upon a small one on Google Maps, you're sure to discover something special. So on your next trip to Japan, be sure to explore both jinja and otera. It might just make your journey even more unforgettable. Thank you for watching until the end. Please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. See you in the next